I prefer. Basically, this means liking one thing more than another. It's a much stronger, more descriptive alternative to simply saying I like. For instance, I prefer tea to coffee. I prefer studying in the morning because I can concentrate better. Or, I prefer learning vocabulary through stories rather than memorizing long lists. The main takeaway here? Use the super common pattern, I prefer A to B.
Phrase 2 is I feel like. This means having the desire to do something right at this very moment. You might say, I feel like going for a walk. Or maybe, I don't feel like cooking tonight. Or even, after studying for 2 hours, I feel like taking a short break. A great tip is to remember the slight nuance here. I feel like describes your current, in-the-moment mood, unlike I would like to, which definitely sounds a lot more planned out. Phrase 3, I've been thinking about. This means you've been considering something for quite some time. For example, I've been thinking about changing my job. I've been thinking about learning another language. Or, I've been thinking about taking the IELTS exam next year. Using this shows extended thought, which makes your conversational English sound so much more fluent and natural than just saying I think. Plus, it is an excellent phrase to pull out during IELTS speaking part 2 and 3.
Now for phrase 4, a fantastic conversation builder. Have you ever used? It's the absolute perfect tool for asking about someone's past experiences. You might ask a friend, have you ever used this app? Have you ever used a standing desk? Or, have you ever used AI to practice English? And the most common, natural ways to answer are, yes, I have, no, I haven't, or maybe I've only used it a few times.
Phrase 5 is it doesn't matter, which simply means it is not important. For example, either restaurant is fine, it doesn't matter. If you're 5 minutes late, it doesn't matter. Or, whether I study at home or in a library doesn't matter as long as I can focus. This brilliantly shows how native speakers brush off minor details to just keep the conversation flowing smoothly. It is super useful for daily, easygoing chats. Let me think. It means exactly what it sounds like. Give me a moment to think. You could say, let me think. I think his name was Jack. That's a good question. Let me think. Or, let me think about the best way to answer that. This is what we call a strategic filler phrase. It totally prevents awkward silences while you gather your thoughts, making it an absolute lifesaver for buying a few extra seconds during speaking exams like IELTS. Phrase 7 is, it's more convenient, meaning it's easier or just more practical. Let's look at some examples. Taking the train is more convenient. Online shopping is more convenient than visiting several stores. Studying at home is more convenient for me. Honestly, this is one of the single most useful comparison phrases you can possibly learn when you're evaluating everyday options. It's similar to, this means something is almost the same as something else. For instance, Japanese is similar to Korean in some ways. This phone is similar to my old one. Or, the IELTS exam is similar to other English proficiency tests. Relating a brand new concept to an older, familiar one using it's similar to builds instant understanding. It's great for comparing ideas, products, places, or experiences. Something new. Literally, a new thing or experience. Like, I want to learn something new every week. Let's try something new this weekend. Every English lesson teaches me something new. Notice how combining something new with action verbs like try or learn perfectly expresses a sense of curiosity and a real willingness to grow. Native speakers pair these up all the time. And rounding out our top 10 is phrase 10, after many years. This just means following a long period of time. Listen to how these sound. After many years, they met again. He finally retired after many years of hard work. After many years of studying English, she became fluent. It's the perfect way to set up the resolution of a long-term story. You can also use handy alternatives like after several years, years later, or after a long time. All right, section 3, a quick memory story. Now that we've broken down all 10 phrases, let's actually see them working together out in the wild. So, Barnaby sees a poster for a pottery class. He tells his friend, I've been thinking about trying something new. His friend notes Barnaby preferred photography, but Barnaby says, today I feel like making something with my hands. Look at how seamlessly phrases like thinking about, something new, preferred, and feel like instantly establish what Barnaby is motivated to do. At the studio, the teacher asks, have you ever used a pottery wheel before? Barnaby and his friend reply, actually, no, it doesn't matter. Everyone starts somewhere. It's so fun to see how naturally we can use have you ever used to ask about past experience and then immediately drop an it doesn't matter to shrug off the fact that they have literally zero skills. Barnaby stares at the spinning wheel and says, let me think. Which pedal makes it go slower?
Well, he presses the wrong one and the clay spins entirely out of control, landing smack on the teacher's apron. Notice how "let me think" precedes his rather chaotic mistake? It bought him time to think, sure, but he still picked the wrong pedal.
The pottery teacher wipes off the mud and wisely points out, pottery is similar to learning English. At first, everything feels difficult, but practice makes it easier. What a brilliant takeaway! She uses the phrase "similar to" beautifully connect the messy reality of the pottery class right back to our own language learning journey.
Barnaby finally admits that taking photos is more convenient because, cameras don't throw mud at you. But after many years, Barnaby actually became quite good at pottery, even if his bowls remained a little bit crooked. And there we have it, our final phrases perfectly wrapping up Barnaby's realization and his long-term success.
What a great story. Okay, let's move into section 4, final review links. We're going to do a rapid-fire review to really cement these phrases into your long-term memory for good.
Let's fire through these short memory links to solidify those direct associations in your mind right now. Say them out loud with me. I prefer equals I like one thing more. I feel like equals I want to do it now. I've been thinking about equals I've been considering it. Have you ever used equals ask about experience? It doesn't matter equals it's not important. Let me think equals give me a moment. It's more convenient equals it's easier or more practical. It's similar to equals it's almost the same as. Something new equals a new experience. And after many years equals following a long period.
Before we wrap up, I want to leave you with a quick question so you can instantly apply this new vocabulary to your own life. So what new thing have you been thinking about trying? Use the vocabulary we just learned today to formulate your answer in your head. Consistent practice is the key to success. If you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss future videos.